even further beyond!
Yeah, my name is Zakashi, and in this video I'm bringing you guys a 3rd anniversary Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA kit concept, because honestly, if Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA is going to be the unit. If he's not the unit, bro, we breaking stuff. Toshi is up. Bro, he basically said they're going to be working on GT, so it's not saying that it is going to be an anniversary theme, but if it's not, that's mad misleading. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. So we're focusing GT as the sole purpose of 3rd anniversary, or 3rd anniversary sole purpose is GT. I don't know what you know what I'm trying to say. We're gonna be looking at Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA because he's like the strongest person to come out of GT. So hopefully he drops and not anybody else from GT. I'm gonna be using a kit concept made by one of my Discord members, and at that, a mod. His name's Clout King, real cool guy. The Discord's a cool place, so make sure to go ahead and actually join the Discord. Shout out him for giving me this actual kit concept for Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA. I looked through it, and honestly, if they do something like this, it would be very, very, very tragic for anybody that's not a Fusion main. Honestly, as we've seen in the past, 1st anniversary, 2nd anniversary, the LF Fusion units, Super Vegito, LF Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Vegito Blue, I just say the name that it actually reads. They became the best unit in the game when the game dropped. Vegito Blue replaced a Zenkai 7 Beerus. So this GOGETA here, depending on how he's executed, and I feel like for using Clout King's actual example of a kit concept, boy, it could actually be a real life Fusion meta, and I live to see it because you guys know that I main Fusion. So my concept for Fusions, hey, no one's topping it unless you just got 14-star units. But even then, you don't main the team like me. You don't use the team. I breathe this team. I'm going too far now. I'm talking shit. But yeah, hopefully you guys are going to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press that subscribe button on this grind to 20k. Yes sir. All my social media links are on the left. It's the YouTube channel, but we got a Twitter, Twitch, Reddit, Instagram, and a Discord link all in the description below. So make sure to check me out on all of those. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold you guys up any longer. Let's actually get into the concept for Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA. Now, before I get into it, Clout King has actually wrote a nice little paragraph. It was quite a bit of writing, but what I'm gonna do, instead of reading it in bulk, because it will just spoil the whole thing, because we're gonna go through it bit by bit. So like Z ability, main ability, uniques, arts cards, and whatnot. I'm actually going to implement where certain bits make sense into what we're actually reading into. So like say if you wrote something about the special skill, if you wrote something about special skill, when we're going into special skill, I'd actually put the piece of writing that relates to it, so that you can actually get his input from the kit concept that he created on top of that. Then at the end of the video, I'll just put the whole paragraph of writing that he wrote, so you guys can actually read it in whole for yourself if you'd like. Alright, so he's actually got LF Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA as an element purple, and he's going with a type melee. First, we're going to look at the Z ability. So he's got here plus 30% to tag GT or tag Fusion Warrior base strike attack and defense. So he's going for mainly GT and tag Fusion, but there's more to it. And plus 12% to characters that are both tag GT and Saiyan, or tag Fusion Warrior and Saiyan to max health. So depending on what tags they have, they get the extra. So if it's going to be the Fusion Warrior and Saiyan, that would be GOGETA, Vegito, and Kefla, because they're both Saiyans and Fusion, so they mix with both tags. But then the other possible tag that would apply that buff would be tags that would apply that buff would be GT and Saiyan. So GT and Saiyan would be Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and even Baby. That would work for. Only those type characters would get the 12% max health. But GT or Fusion Warrior, which are the only two Z ability really, besides the extra bit, would only get the plus 30% to the plus 30% strike attack and defense, which is quite a good amount. Next, we've got the main ability, You're a Real Letdown. You know that? Randomly destroys one of your own cards if 4 cards are currently held. Draws the ultimate arts card 100 times. Big Bang Kamehameha. Restores own health by 20% and ki by 50. Plus 40% to damage inflicted for 40 time accounts, and gain buff effect nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover for 40 timer counts. Wow, that's a lot of timer counts. I don't know if the key by 50%, because like I think that's just a typo. It'll probably be just by 50 and not 50%, because if I'm at 20 key and 50% of that, I'd only be going to 30. So depends on if it's 30%, 50% of what I've got, but I'm just gonna say it's 50. It makes sense. So restore key by 50, but that nullifies enemy special actions when activate changing cover. That's gonna last for a long time. But the main thing there is that it draws the ultimate arts, which is what LFs carry. Now we're going into the first unique ability here. The first one's called the Saiyans. They're here. I am they. We are one. Applies the following effects to self when this character enters the battlefield. Restores on key by 44. What a weird amount, but we taking it. Plus 40% to damage inflicted up to 80%. Cannot be cancelled. Increases draw speed level by 1 for 20 timer counts. Cannot be cancelled. And nullifies own attribute downgrades at abnormal conditions for 20 timer counts. That's pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie. That 44 threw me off, but there's even more underneath. I wasn't done. I just wanted to say that 44 threw me off real bad. Cancels enemy buff effects. Nullifies enemy special actions that activate when changing cover. Activates twice and nullifies the ability to nullify cover change. That's crazy. So if you have somebody like Gogeta Blue, right? When he's attacking you, you can't cover change him, but then he's gonna stack that on top and cancel that out. That's wild. That's actually wild. So Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, literally, he's above everybody in the game. That even stops you from cover changing, which is pretty neat. That must mean he has a cover change. Like, he must have a cover change, but we'll see that in the next unique ability. Going into the second unique ability, honestly, I thought you'd put up more of a fight. Applies the following effects to self when battle starts. Plus 60% to damage inflicted. Cannot be cancelled. Cannot be stacked. The cannot be stacked, I don't think it's necessary because it's only when the battle starts, but it is what it is. Plus 40% to key recovery. Cannot be cancelled. Reduces damage received by 40%. Cannot be cancelled. The following effects occur every time this character uses a strike or blast arts card. Plus 15% to damage inflicted by allied tag GT or fusion warrior for 10 timer counts. That's actually a very good addition to the unique ability. So he doesn't just help out himself, he's also helping out the whole team. So kind of like Goku Blue has like a similar unique ability. Every time he uses a strike or blast arts, a god key character actually gets buffs. So it's really good to get off a lot of cards with the Goku Blue and then switch out. Here's the cover change as well. Knocks back enemy to long range if a cover change is performed. Against their strike or blast arts attack. So activates 3 times only. So that actually makes it more fair, so that if you could do that all game in addition to what we had prior, it'd actually be mad toxic. Having it so that he can only cover change 3 times throughout the whole battle, so a combination of strike arts and blast arts actually limits him to a degree, because right now he was just looking busted for no reason. But like I said at the start of the video, anniversary characters are always busted, so this would be pretty neat. Then at the bottom, the ultimate art 100 times Big Bang Kamehameha changes after landing 6 strike or blast arts. So it's kind of a sprinkle of what Gogeta Blue can do, but in a different way. So you know how Gogeta Blue builds up buffs every time he does a strike or blast arts to a certain amount, then he can get more damage inflicted, which can't be cancelled. This is the same thing, but you're gonna see when we get to the ultimate arts that like why that being there makes like the whole difference in making this character here literally the unit we need for anniversary. So I think this was needed as well going into the strike arts. It's gonna have blast armor. It has to have blast armor. If it didn't have blast armor, that would be a problem. So yeah, strike arts that has blast armor. The blast card, this hit says penetrates enemies blast armor, completely breaks through. Now we have blast arts like Gogeta Blue that do 100% damage, but it doesn't actually stop the blast armor. But if this completely breaks through and it actually stops blast armor, that would be very, very toxic. Like, I feel like that's OD. But if that's the case, like I said, anniversary characters always have a gimmick that's new to the game, like something that has to make them the top of the charts, man. So I feel like if he was to do that, that's crazy. The blast arts is crazy, I ain't even gonna lie. The special skill, finish sign, restores health by 10% and key by 44. What's up with this guy in 44s? 15% to damage inflicted to all allies for 10 time accounts, including self, and reduces enemy key by 44. So you're stealing their key, and then reduces enemy draw speed by 1 for 15 time accounts. That's a lot for a green card. Like, this guy here, he's looking literally the best in the game. Nothing crazy in terms of like draw speed, but just in terms of like raw output, and he's inconveniencing the enemy at this point, like quite wild. I'm not even gonna lie. The special move, ultimate impact, deals massive impact damage, plus 40% to damage inflicted for 15 time accounts, restores own vanishing gorge by 40% on activation, and blast armor when charging forward. So it's a close range special move. I hate close range special moves so much because I can't cheese from long range, but plus 40% to damage inflicted is crazy if you land it, and plus 40% to vanish gorge upon activation. That's actually really neat. And blast armor, you gotta have blast armor, man. You gotta have it. Alright, now going into the key focus of an LF unit, the ultimate arts, times 100 Big Bang Kamehameha, deals supreme impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. So plus 40% to damage inflicted for 4 time accounts, gain attribute upgrade, minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 4 time accounts, nullifies enemy restore health when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 4 time accounts, and then blast armor when charging forward. That on its own is just a solid ultimate arts. It's kind of like the ones we've seen in the game already, but then the next part that stacks on top of it is what really puts the icing on the cake, like really makes it what it is. So going into it, if you remember with that unique ability before, it changes upon landing 6 strike or blast arts, deals supreme impact damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. So this is what it would become once you landed 6 blast or strike or blast arts. 80% to ultimate damage inflicted for 4 time accounts, gain favorable elemental factor for 4 time accounts, type advantage. So like, you know, like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but he said favorable, so not just type neutral, advantage. Like, that's wild. Gain attribute upgrade, minus 100% to enemy sustained damage cut effects for 4 time accounts, nullifies enemy restore when it reaches 0 effects when this character attacks for 4 time accounts, inflicts all enemies with no switching for 4 time accounts, then blast armor and charging forward. From that, I'm not gonna lie, it's a one-shot kill. Like, the minus 100 and type advantage, it's a one-shot kill. Like, it's going to one hit you. So this guy would actually become the best unit in the game. The rates for this guy, if they actually create something like this, that would be crazy. But that's everything Clout King, Jesus Christ, I choked on my words, has to offer for this kit concept. It kind of blew my mind. The whole thing is quite a lot, but I feel like the ultimate art specifically is enough for what we need for an LF unit, in my opinion. At 2 stars, that's killing no matter what. I like it, they can't fumble it. The only thing that I can see that would might fumble it is like the stats, but even then, like type advantage, 100 minus 100%, 80% ultimate damage, like that's basically a Gohan LF, like bro, at Zenkai 7. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video. Let me know what you guys think about it. I'm gonna put Clout King's description paragraph on the screen right now, so if you want to read that, pause the video. It's his 2 cents on it beyond mine. I think it's a really good card. It might be a bit OD with certain pits, like a bit too much. Like he could still be the best unit in the game even if they subtracted some parts. But the way he's put together this kit was actually really good. So shout out to him. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said just then, press that subscribe button if you haven't already. More good content like this. Like, this is quite creative content. Wouldn't have been able to bring it without him, honestly. So yeah, join the Discord. That's where he's at. Lots of people in the Discord, great discussions you can have there, battles and whatnot, good vibes. But I'm gonna leave it like that, guys. Good luck for your anniversary summons. We just don't know who's coming yet at the time I'm recording this. It's the 17th of May. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Please, lend me your energy! You're through!